I just can't. It's like unbelievable to me. Just like thinking about, my experience as a woman, my friends' experiences, and how I don't think we're even conscious of how much, and especially for women that don't have as many access to as many resources, poor women in the South and in the, I just feel like those are the people that it's going to harm and affect the most, and it's just like atrocious. Activism, and I feel like I always leave events like this feeling like really inspired, connecting with other women. Okay, basically you go upstairs, you walk into the museum, and then you sit down, there's dinner, people kind of mingle, there's like performances, so people will sing, like there was Casey Musgraves this year. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this, but there's performances inside. I don't know, I'm like, how top secret is this? Am I about to get sued? But yeah, there's performances inside, and then there's another like big performance, and you like kind of rock out, and then you leave.
No, why are we surprised? Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Why are we surprised, right? Why are we talking in those terms? It's ridiculous. It's right in front of us. It's been in front of us for centuries. Stop acting surprised. Please stop. It's insulting and it pisses me off. It's not surprising. They've been going for that for 40 years. I'm not surprised at all, nor should anybody else be. Right. And treat my women right. I'm gonna go to SCOTUS and punch them all in the eye. I'm annoyed. I'm filled with rage. I'm not afraid of it. I'm sorry if it makes people uncomfortable. I'm sorry. But my rights as a Black queer man have been up for legislation since the moment I could comprehend thought. What is going on? Still. Enough.
Cinderella reunion with
Yes.
Camila.
Yes. I haven't seen her in a long time. I still haven't seen her. I'm looking forward to giving her a big bear hug. She's a friend of mine. To watch someone, from the beginning of her career, I've known her since she got to New York City. It hasn't been that long, you know what I mean? And to see, the ascent is well-deserved, and it doesn't happen very often. So I'm just thrilled, and I can't wait to watch.
None of us have perfect lives, and I think too many of us pretend to be perfect. And some of those very people who pretend to be perfect pass laws as if they are. And no, we've all had our journeys along the way. So allow people to have. First of all, bottom line, a woman's body is a woman's body. This is my body. You don't know what goes on inside of it. You can't tell me what to do with it. Take your hands off of my body, please. We have an issue with infant mortality because we're not paying attention to the babies that are coming along. So how about help us brown women out and us Black women out and help us there. Think about that. You're putting the cart before the horse a little too much. So let's come together. Let's teach our sons to respect women, to love women. Let's allow trans people to be who they want to be. Stop telling everyone who they need to be. We don't all need to be alike.
Kim, this way, please. Kim, this way, please. Kim.
To be missed in my profession or any profession it's the highest compliment. Usually people say, especially at my age, people say, oh, well, what's new? What's next? But to have this kind of attachment by the fans, it means a lot to me. It means I did a good job, I guess.
It was definitely unprecedented, and yes, I was very surprised. But I think that people are focusing on the breach, and I think it's a deflection from the real content of the decision and how we're getting rid of 50 years of national, law. And so it was very surprising, but also very enlightening. Listen, I really admire the work that's being done at networks and at cable operations. Well, not all of them, but most of them. And I think that for me, you have to go where the consumers are. And there's been a massive change in the media landscape. And I think people get their information now from newsletters, from social media. So I'm trying to gravitate to the future and not to the past.
Looking straight ahead, Sarah, please. And Sarah, one more this way. And Sarah, straight ahead.
Do you feel
Are
like,
they so different?
I think so.
Whereas one is a big star and the other isn't a big star. And what happened to him? He was taken away immediately.
That's a very good
I
point.
mean, they both assaulted a comedian.
Well, do you feel like
One's just famous. This is what is. I got this. Figure it out. And I always do. I go by my own gauge, and I assume I'm gonna mess up, and then I learn from it. But the world is always changing. That's what makes comedy or any art. It's that you can look at the same thing over the years and you see it completely differently. I mean, there's so much material of mine from 10, 20 years ago that I would love to make not exist anymore, but I can't. I can only be changed. So I do think it's good if we have some grace with people who said the wrong thing a few years ago or did the wrong thing to be changed.
And Amanda, this way, please. This way. This way. And Amanda, straight ahead. Straight ahead. And this way, please. This way. This way. And Amanda, right there.
Man, I'm proud to be recognized and appreciated for the dropout, what that's done for me in my career, and like how hard it was, and that people appreciated it. It's incredible. It's a phenomenon for me, and it's never happened in my career. And they're like, what do you care about? Let's hear from you. And I'm just like, I guess. It's just like, there's nothing better.